So how did Playboy come calling? How did that whole partnership or relationship start?
I was, this is so embarrassing. I was at senior ditch day, 18 years old because
Wow.
I turned
Senior.
18 in June. So yes, it was June and I was at La Petite Four on Sunset. And this guy comes up to me and he gives me his card and it says Playboy. And he's like, have you ever thought? And I was with my girlfriend at the time and I was like, no. I was like, gosh, I haven't lost my virginity yet because I was still a virgin. Like I'm sitting here like I can't pose for Playboy and like
Wow.
be like, this is crazy. And then I was like, yeah, no. And I was offended. Kinda. And I was like, and my girlfriend goes, do you realize the kind of parties they have at the mansion? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, they all go. Let's go to the parties. And I was like, excuse me.
Did you literally on the spot?
Yeah.
Welcome to Not So Hollywood, Jessica Hall. I am so happy to have you here.
I am happy to be here.
Thank you for coming and on short notice. And we've been friends now for, God, years, I would say, through Hollywood, through the mom scene, through all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just celebrated your 40th birthday.
Oh, we're bringing that up? I'm just
Happy
kidding. Yes, 40.
Birthday!
Yesterday.
We're not just bringing it up.
Yes.
We're not burying it.
No,
at
it's
the
fine.
top.
It's fine. I'm embracing it.
Okay, so you're a summer solstice baby.
Yes.
June 21st, and you turned 40. Listen, when I turned 40, leading up to it, it's like, the anticipation is worse. I felt like I was having a full-blown midlife crisis.
Did you really?
Oh, it was so hard for me.
See,
how about you?
I just feel it's like you think that you turn 40 and this like magical thing's gonna happen, that you're just gonna be like more mature, you're gonna be more confident, you're gonna be, and like it didn't really work that way for me. I think the year leading up to it, there's just been a lot of change and there's been a lot of just different things thrown my way, and I just feel like I don't know, I've kind of handled things differently, and call it with maturity or call it, I don't know, just you don't give a... Can you curse on this?
Yes, you can curse. Go ahead.
Okay. You just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like the year leading up to 40, I've already started this whole embracing this new decade.
So you weren't worried about it going like
No.
40. What does that mean? What does that look like?
No. I mean, it's odd to say going from your 30s and saying, 40. And those people are like, oh my gosh, you don't look 40. I'm like,
You
well, it's not a
don't look
bad
40.
thing. It's not a bad thing to look 40. But
I know.
I think back
You
in
have
the
a baby
day...
face, though. You do. You have a very youthful look to
I
you.
do?
You have a youthful look, for
Oh,
sure.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Surprised, growing up in Hollywood in all my 20s and 30s. Like, I don't know how I survived, to be honest, but I'm here.
You're here and looking good. Like you didn't go through the ringer. Like you didn't drink or have late nights.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, don't smell me from last night.
How do you celebrate now?
Well, oh gosh, my birthday. So I'm not a big birthday person for myself, for my kids or for my husband. Like, I love going to parties. I love to party. I like to have a good time, but I don't really like the attention on me, which is kind of crazy. But everyone's like, you're turning 40. We're doing this crazy party. I was like, okay, you know what? Just make it early because I want to be in bed by 10. I'm not even kidding. My party was 3 to 10. We did this huge 80s American theme Olympics.
Oh my God.
I have bruises from, look at my arm. Yeah, because we had obstacle courses, races,
That is
whatever you want to call
a major
it.
bruise on your forearm. What is
I'm
happening?
in it to win it, okay? We had like 85 people. Everybody showed up, not just showed up, but literally their dress, their outfits. Like we had a podium, a first, second, third place. It was just a barbecue. It was outside.
That's amazing.
Yes,
Who put this together for you?
My friends, they know like just my love for barbecue, being outside, games, day drinking, America, all of it. They just combined it all in one, and they're like, "Let's do this."
And what is your drink of choice at a day on a day like that, or your drink of
well,
choice?
let's see. I consumed quite a few high noons.
The high noon.
Yes, yes.
Did you hear about this new drink called the? Oh gosh. Well, I'll tell you what it is, and you may have heard of the name.
Okay.
I forget. It's champagne with high noon strawberry, I think.
Okay. What?
They
No.
mix it.
Yeah, I'd be done.
What is it called? Somebody was just saying it to me. It's like the drink of the season. Thank
Okay.
you, Steve. Look it up if you
Yeah,
don't mind.
I'm not that
it's
fancy.
Strawberry high noon mixed with champagne. Anyway, you didn't have it. You don't even seem hungover today.
No, that was Saturday. So
that
cut
party
to,
was
yes. So
okay,
my birthday
got
was
it.
on a Tuesday. So but no, last night I just, enjoyed a nice bottle of wine, had dinner with the family, just something super chill. And then my other girlfriend is hosting a few of my friends on her boat this weekend. So yeah.
Okay, you're
So it
gonna.
doesn't
So then
stop.
maybe you'll indulge in one of these drinks. But what's so funny is you said the 3 to 10 because at 10 o'clock I am like a bitch,
Oh,
royal bitch. Leave me alone. I need to get sleep. It's like I turn into a pumpkin. But it's a far cry from, by the way, you being at the Playboy Mansion and being in Playboy for many years when the
well,
parties were just starting at 10.
I have to say something funny about that night ending at 10. I am so afraid of hangovers at this age. So, yes, there is a
Same.
difference at being 40 and drinking. I had a mobile IV at my house at 10:30 p.m. waiting for me because I was,
At night, not even the next morning.
no, I was prepping. I was like, I want to sleep tonight. I want to wake up. It's Father's Day. I
You
need to be
guys.
somewhat coherent. So,
I
yeah. So, I am definitely prepped, which
Wait,
is,
that is a mom of two who just turned 40. She had the IV there
Yeah.
the night of drinking.
Oh, yeah.
I love you for that.
Oh.
Wait, by the way, I was at a hotel in Vegas a couple weeks ago. No joke. I don't know how it happened. I got trashed.
Good for
All
you.
of a sudden, no, but not cute because by the end I
is it
threw
not?
up.
Ooh.
I got an IV the next day.
Yeah.
And it made me worse. So now I'm scared of IVs. I got more sick from the IV the next day. It was like vitamin overload. I was burping up vitamins. You know what I
You
mean?
gotta, okay.
So anyway.
So I get it done like every 2-3 weeks because I just love how the vitamins go straight through. And
Yes.
I mean, I'm like, it's funny because the lady that does mine, she's like, I'm like, what is that? A 22-inch needle or what are we doing
You
this
know it
time?
all.
Can you add some magnesium? I need some Benadryl. I'm going to sleep tonight. Like I know.
So were you fine then?
Oh,
Were you totally
completely
the
fine.
next day?
Completely.
Okay.
Yes.
That's just what the doctor
I woke
ordered.
up, I golfed with the husband and the kids for Father's Day. I had a Bloody Mary. I was good to go.
You post a lot about your family. I know that this is
yeah.
part of your business. Your husband is so handsome. Your
Thank
kids
you.
are drop dead gorgeous. Look at you.
Oh,
Also. But it
thanks.
really does appear that you have the perfect sort of family unit. How do you get to that place? And is it all real?
I have been with my husband for almost 20 years. And
wow.
I'm not kidding. When I first met him, I was like coming off a second date. I was 20 years old. I was already on a date and he was my second date. And it was like
of the night.
Of the night. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Jeez,
20.
oh my God.
I mean, I gave him my number because I was 20. I gave everyone my number at that moment. And I will never forget. And I can honestly say this. As I was sobering up at my second date of the night with him, I was like, oh my gosh, I just met the man I'm going to marry. I knew right away, like just right away.
It happens sometimes like that.
I didn't think so. I was like, I just posed for Playboy. Do I tell him? What do I do? I'm 20. I was a couple days shy of turning 21 at that moment, I think. So we've been together. It will be 20 years. We celebrated 15 years of marriage a couple months ago. We waited a little bit to have kids. I think we just enjoyed life. And he never put any kind of, he was with me throughout my entire Playboy career, or whatever you want to call it. Always supported me, did not put like limitations on me. He's like, I don't want you to have any resentment when you're 40 to sit there and be like, I didn't get to do this, this, and this, and that. He, I did it all with respect, obviously, towards him, but I was able to, I think, have more fun. I would be out, doing these events for Playboy or the club promotions was big back in the day, traveling to Cabo for spring break for Playboy, all this stuff. I just had so much fun and all the other girls, they had fun, but they're always, kind of looking at like, oh, who can I date? Or, oh, this guy, or the girls would be fighting because they're maybe dating the same guy. Like there was so much of that drama that I never had to deal with.
Because you were married at that point to him?
I was married at 24.
24. So did he, you said he kind of let you do your thing, but were there jealous moments for him that everybody is kind of swooning over my wife?
You would think so, but I think I could honestly say, like, sometimes I try to get him like, hey,
get jealous.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, what's up? But no, he is, I don't know if it's his Midwest upbringing or he knew he's just so confident and just such a loyal. I am just so happy that even in my crazy 20s, all this, I just not patting myself on the back for like not doing anything crazy, but knowing that I had a good thing and I never did anything to mess it up.
And it's still that good. But like, do you guys, do you love each other so much? I only ask that because it's like, I myself with Scott, my husband, we've had rocky times. And thank God, I always said, thank goodness I stayed through that one stretch of rocky time we had, because now we're like so much better.
Yeah.
But did you have any of those rocky days? Because it kind of seems like it's been perfect for you. I just want you to tell us it hasn't been, okay?
No, it's definitely, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't say, but it's like, you know what? no, I'm not going to downplay it. Like it's been great. Like he has, I just, yeah, I really don't
We
have,
just
it's
love him
not
so
perfect. No one's perfect, but it's perfect for us. Like what we have is, it's like, I can't really describe it, but it's also just, I don't want to say easy because nothing's easy, but we just get each other. We want to go through every phase in life where I kind of feel like I grew up with him being that I've been with him half my life.
and in the public eye for you. I mean, that's
Yeah.
such a gift, by the way. So
Yeah.
just take it and rock it. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, no, thanks. But
The Playboy thing, I do want to go to that because for people who are listening and tuning in, you were in Playboy and associated with the Brown brand for much of your 20s,
all of my 20s.
all of your 20s.
Yes.
So how did Playboy come calling? How did that whole partnership or relationship start?
You know, I was, this is so embarrassing. I was at senior ditch day, 18 years old because
Wow.
I turned
Senior-
18 in June. So yes, I was it was June and I was at La Petite Four on Sunset
Yes.
Plaza.
Sunset Plaza.
Sunset
Was
Plaza.
it?
And this guy comes up to me and he gives me his card and it says Playboy. And he's like, have you ever thought? And I was with my girlfriend at the time and I was like, no. I was like, gosh, I haven't lost my virginity yet because I was still a virgin. Like I'm sitting here like I can't pose for Playboy and like
Wow.
be like this is crazy. And then I was like, yeah, no. And I was offended, kinda. And I was like, ah. And my girlfriend goes, do you realize the kind of parties they have at the mansion? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, they all go. Let's go to the parties. And I was like, excuse me.
Did you literally on the spot?
Yeah. I go, I said, can we just kind of go to a party and like fill it out and maybe I'll, long story short, he put me and my friend on a list for the Midsummer Night Dream Party that year. So
That's
is June.
like the most famous party of the
Yes.
Halloween party and that, or is that the Halloween party?
No, the Midsummer is
it's in
the
the summer.
party. Yes. And that's in
Adrianna,
August.
Earth to Adrianna, wake the fuck up.
No, I mean it's been over for so long, but that was in August.
Okay.
And I just remember going there, and the whole process was a little strange. Well, for someone right out of high school and not realizing. I mean, everything was just so
Surreal, I'm sure.
Yeah, surreal. That's a great word. So I pull up, and there's all these ladies standing with like clipboards of names, and people are in line, according to their last name. You go up, you show your ID. They take a picture of you, a Polaroid. You write your phone number down. They give you a bracelet that they tug and make sure. I mean, there was so many different ways to get up to that mansion, but it was so secure. Of like, if you wanted to crash it, there was absolutely no way that you'd be able to. Like, no way. So I took my little Polaroid, put my number on it, threw it in the little box that they had, and got on the bus, or like a little tram type of thing, brought me up to the mansion, went. I just remember looking around like, what is this? I don't even think I've like really enjoyed myself because I was just such in shock of like, what is this magical? I remember going up to like, the bar and being like, oh, can I get a drink? And I was like looking for money. They're like, you don't have to pay for it. And I was like, I don't know what's going on.
We just want you here.
And I was like, this is just so strange because that was probably at 1,200 people there. I mean, it was massive. The grounds, alone is, I can't remember how many acres, but it is a big place. Yeah. And they had it. It was like the most magical looking place ever. Cut to 2 weeks later, I get a phone call from Hef's assistant. So what he does, he actually really did, he would go through all the Polaroids that were taken that day, and your number is on the bottom of it. So he would have like a pile, like an A, B, and C type of deal. So like A was, okay, we're going to invite you back, and we're not going to only just have you at the parties. I'm going to invite you up to my home for the silent movie night, or the new release movies was on Sunday, the Fun and Sun. They just had Casanova nights. Like they had different nights for a smaller group of people in-house.
So that's like the A group.
Yes.
So A group makes all those events. And then B, you're like, okay, you can come to the bigger parties. And C, it's like, if the other person turns out sick, then you can take their spot.
I don't know how far it goes down, but
you were
yes.
an A, I'm assuming.
Yes. So I was like, I got a call, and I just remember being like, oh my gosh. I was like, can my mom come? Like, I can't. I'm not going up to this house. Like thinking it was daylight, and I'm going up. Like, so this time was a lot different. I was what? Yeah, I was still 18, and I drove up, to the house. There's this like rock in front of it. You speak into it. You say your name, like, okay, come on up. They open up the gates, and I'm like, okay, this is so much different than the party.
Sure.
I'm driving my own car onto this mansion, and I get up there, and I just like walk in, and I there wasn't many people there whatsoever. I think at that time he did have 7 girlfriends. This is before the girls next door.
Right. And
And
your mom's with you.
no, I did not bring my mom. She's like, the invite's for you and you only. But
Oh. Well, that's
as I became a part of it, I was able to bring my entire family has been there. But at this moment, so I'm alone. So I go up there and I'm like, okay, this is kind of surreal, and I'm looking at, I'm laying out because that's what it was. Fun in the sun, the girls were in the pool. Everyone was just kind of minding their own business. If they knew each other, they were talking. But a lot of girls were there just testing for Playboy, like from out of the States. And it was not as vibrant or exciting, obviously, as the party. It was just more so calm, so laid back. And I'm like, okay, this is so much different. So I didn't stay too long because I just felt
I would be nervous.
I was really
so
nervous.
like walking into this place and everyone's gorgeous and you're almost being sized up a little.
Yeah, a little bit like who she is. She gonna because everyone's
It's like
at
an
this
audition,
point.
but you're by yourself in a bathing suit.
Yes,
At the Playboy Mansion, like one of the most daunting.
I mean,
places.
it's probably the most covered thing I wore after that. So, But yes, eventually, I kept getting invited back, and then I started going, and then I started making some friends, and then have asked me if I wanted to test shoot for Playboy, and I did, and then from that moment on, I did my test. It came out, I don't know, I'd say like 6 months later, and I was like, how do I work within the company? I don't want to just I'm already with. Well, he was my husband, my boyfriend at the time. And I was like, what else can I do? Because Playboy is a massive company. So I started like kind of looking into it. And then I saw that there was so much opportunity. I hosted Playboy Radio on Sirius XM for 7 years. I hosted like Playboy TV had their own channel. So I hosted like Playboy's Beach House. I hosted some dating shows. And then I would give tours of the mansion. I would work the parties. I'd go to Playboy Spring Break and sign headshots. I would do races. The opportunity was endless if you were ready to work hard.
Most women, I would say, who go in and model and are centerfolds are just that. And you came in with this sort of entrepreneurial spirit as well. You wanted to work the company, work in the company, within it, and the system.
Yes.
So that seems like you're like beauty and brains that come through, and that's how you sort of had longevity within the company.
And I also think just my reputation up there, like I wasn't trying to be a girlfriend. I wasn't trying to date anyone. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just trying to, I've always said that I never wanted like any fame. I just wanted to be successful. And I attended, I think like a year and a half of college. So I didn't have a college education. So I was like, I'm going to work with what I have. And what I have is I'm a hustler. I knew how to speak. I knew how to interact with people, which is why I did a lot of like the big tours at the mansion with like big companies that were coming in to invest. Like I just kind of learned a lot just by always putting myself out there. It was literally fake it till you make it. Like half the stuff I would just talk about, I'm like, okay.
But that was your college in a sense, if you look at it.
Hey, it was my sorority.
That was your sorority. There you go.
I always tell my husband, I'm like, I wish I had it. He goes, you did, Jessica. Believe me, you did. I'm like, oh yeah, I did. But
tons of girls.
Oh my gosh. And I think everyone has this perspective of the Playboy Mansion, thinking you're gonna step in there. There's these topless girls everywhere in the grotto, orgies, you name it. I have to tell you, it was nothing like that. Yes, the parties probably got out of control. I've been to many of those. I was like, oh my gosh. But like on the weekends, Hef was just a very much, he liked his routine. He liked to have certain people around. It was pretty much the same thing every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was as calm and, people were kind and the staff was unbelievable. And it wasn't what so many thought like, oh yeah, stepping into the Playboy Mansion.
So you had a close relationship with Hef.
I had a relationship. Yeah, I wouldn't say close. That meaning what?
No, as a friend, like you already said, you weren't
him.
Sleeping with him. You weren't one of the girlfriends.
No. I would definitely never a girlfriend. No.
Okay, but you had a relationship where you could hang out, like you knew each other.
Yes. No. Definitely.
Understood.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, the brand and sort of the perception of the brand and Hugh Hefner as a person has changed over the years, and sadly since his death, I think. But the secrets of the Playboy Mansion came out, and there's been different exposés and documentaries, and they make it seem like his image wasn't as peaceful and harmless as was initially thought. Oh, that he was just a playboy and had this cool, Playboy Mansion. But now they're making it seem like it was more nefarious. So I want to know where you stand in all that. I want your take on it, basically.
Well, I tried on my podcast that I had last year, Flashbacks, I had a few of the staff and a few people that were very close, within the Playboy family or that have lived there and have experiences. And it was crazy because I was literally just asking, there's always two sides to every story. And I didn't really even give a side. I just said Hef was very, he was always respectful towards me, especially my husband. He allowed him to come. My entire family got to go up there. Obviously my best friend Kendra, has nothing but great things to say. Like everyone has their own story and own experience for sure. But I was shocked a little bit of the backlash when I had people speaking like kind of in favor of him or just saying that their experience was not bad, and it was great. And it was this. And it was like, yes, I understand not everyone's story is going to be the same, but I can only speak from, the 10 years that I was able to go up there. And I have nothing but good things to say. I'd never experienced any, discomfort. I'd never felt not respected. There were some of the most fun years I've ever had in my entire life. And I really honestly cannot say anything negative.
And then you get somebody like Holly Madison on the other side who's just like, this wasn't as good as it appeared to be. Do you ever cross paths or are you?
No, I think, just obviously as you get older and your lives are changed and kids are involved, everything is like you choose kind of not to even engage in certain things because it's just not really worth it anymore. But it's, again, I think being a girlfriend or I never saw the show. So I don't know the documentary.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you meant Girls Next Door.
No, I'm sorry.
How'd you avoid that one?
So I never saw the documentary. So I don't technically know like the details of it. But again, I was never a girlfriend, so I don't know those experiences. I definitely know some of the previous girlfriends. It's just sad because he's not here anymore. He hasn't been here in years. And, I do know his son, Cooper Hefner, and he, has 3 beautiful girls and he's doing great. And he's, hasn't said much. Like, it's just, I don't really, I don't know. I don't work like that. I don't, the negativity and talking or past or, even my kids, like when they fight and it brings up something of, a few weeks prior. And
like,
my son will be like, we don't talk about the past. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, they've learned it.
I'm like, they do listen.
Another good thing that came from the relationship you just mentioned, you're really close with Kendra still after all these years. And you guys you've been on her shows before. And now she's got Kendra on top. And
which is Kendra sells Hollywood.
What was Kendra on top?
That was on WeTV, and now she's on HGTV. And I was on that.
You know what's good when I'm getting confused by all the shows?
Because we're old.
Just means there's been a lot of them. There's been many.
You know what, though? I will say, Kendra has some of the most longevity in reality TV of anyone. I truly think of maybe even further than the Kardashians. Like, she has been doing it since she's 18. That she's been 20 years consistently on reality TV.
And so you've been on the shows too. And would you come on this one and be a real estate agent or anything like that? No.
I think you have to take a test for that. No. I obviously we're best friends. So yes, I did make some, because I am part of her life and reality TV is her life. So yes, she came over, because she's having some hardships with it, transitioning from what she was before to being a real estate agent and just trying to navigate through like the her new normal. So as a friend, yes, she came on to me. She came to me for some, just advice or just to talk to a friend of what she's going through. So
I want to know if you and your husband are trying to set her up with someone. Or anyone for that matter. Like, will she allow you to set her up on blind dates?
No.
Or any dates for that matter?
No.
Why?
She's a strong woman. She is gonna, I'm gonna let her be. And when
I would be like, Jess, if I was the guy, I'd be like, you better set me up. Well, find some hot guys of your husband's friends and let's do this. We always
make a joke. My husband's identical twin.
Oh.
So we always
come on.
Yeah, and she's like, ew, too close to home.
Where is the twin?
He's here.
Is the twin single?
No. Yes, up to 3 months ago. But yeah, so now he's dating. Yeah.
You have to make that happen.
Oh my gosh. No, believe me, I've known her for like almost 17 years now. No, we've said that and she makes a joke like, absolutely not. That's like incest. I was like, it's not, but okay, I get where you're going with that. So no, that's not going to happen.
My husband is a twin.
Oh my gosh.
He's a twin, Scott, but he's not identical.
Okay.
But I love his brother so much. He's my own brother.
Oh, couldn't agree more.
But he looks different from Scott a bit. Okay. So he's the more clean cut, like debonair version. Scott's like a little rougher. But the point is, so I'm not attracted to him like that. but because yours are identical.
No, yeah, they're identical.
So
Yeah.
what is that weird for you?
You know, it in the beginning, now that as they get a little older, you see like because they have completely different lifestyles. So I can
Okay.
see like the change in how they look, and they're so much alike, but they are nothing alike. If that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Like
But do you
Lane,
think the brother? Do you think the brother's hot?
see
Or
that.
because the personality? No, I mean, it's
I
a
know,
fair
but I'm
question,
thinking about
is
it. But
not?
if I don't think he's hot, that'd be really weird
Yes.
because yes, he does. I mean, yes, they look a lot alike, like a
You're
lot
gonna have
alike.
to show me a picture.
I
After
will,
this.
I
That's
will.
Wild.
Yes, I mean, I posted them before. I used to post them all the time, and yeah, it's just
I need to see.
I got
because
lazy.
That's a very fair question, don't you think? I mean,
I know, but it's funny that no one's asked me that, so I don't really think anyone's at. Yeah. So
okay,
you
so
caught me
he's
off guard
hot,
here.
but he's not. But obviously, because of the personality difference, and they're different people, you know.
But
that
they're
makes-
both. I mean, my husband is the most black and white guy ever. Like meat, potatoes, like Midwest, and then
Yeah.
Lane is more eccentric and like, very spiritual and just. I mean, they
By the
couldn't
way,
be.
I could have a girl for him.
Okay.
Okay, because I.
Oh, well, he just started dating a girl 3 months ago.
Oh, you said as
Yes.
of 3 months ago, he's now no longer single.
Yes, he's
I thought he broke up with somebody 3 months
Oh,
ago.
I'm sorry. But
Okay.
I go, what? Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since we're talking about family, okay, I want to talk about your momming and how you mom Kendra, how she moms and how you mom. Do you guys like share tactics on that? Do you parent the same?
Kendra, no. Kendra is how oh my gosh, I can't even think. She has a teenager. Like this is and Kendra is, she was a young mom.
Right.
Yeah.
But does she give you any tips then?
She
on
gave
that?
me tips in the beginning. So I tried really hard. I wanted a baby. And when I did, you're thinking, okay, I'm ready. And it's just going to be like that. And you get pregnant. Like I had a lot of, it wasn't easy to get pregnant. It took me over a year to get pregnant with Sophie. And then.
Did you have to do any of the IVF or any
No.
of that stuff?
So I did have a miscarriage at like 11 weeks. And then it took me a whole year after that. And I think the stress and everything of just wanting it and trying, it was so much harder. So it was. She already had 2 kids by the time I had like none.
It's nice to have a friend though who's kind of gone through it.
Yeah.
I remember we were just talking about this. The baby stage for me was like one of the hardest things. And I think if I was doing it now versus 10 years ago, I'd be so much of a different parent now. I think that little things wouldn't have upset me as much as they did before. I felt like it was almost like they were giving me a child to keep alive and I had no clue what to do. That was scary as hell.
Oh, I had no idea. I mean, even the breastfeeding, like I talked very openly about my breasts and then having to get like the boob lift and what.
Did you get one?
Oh yeah, I posted
I
it.
want one.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it.
How is it?
It was painful, but it was the best decision I made. I mean, breastfeeding killed and it's, we were talking.
Can you go braless, by the way?
No, I should have gone bigger. I really should have.
I just
said that out loud, but
listen,
yeah,
I was wearing a shirt the other day and we looked in the camera and I was like, oh, that's not happening because they looked like they were down to my stomach.
No way.
No, I'm telling you. So I can't go braless. Anyway, I could use a little help with the gravity.
It is kind of a weird thing to kind of look at. So when I was turning 40, which I'm 40 now, so I could just say I'm 40, but going from my life and what I was before, like, just with the Playboy and all that. And then obviously watching her body like transition and just like kind of, something you and I were talking about earlier that I would love to touch on is just the difference now between, we didn't have social media when I did Playboy and when I did, like the internet, it sounds so bad. Now I'm really aging myself, but that wasn't even that big of a deal when I first did Playboy in 2004.
Yeah.
But just trying to, make it and continue to work and going on the auditions, it's just so much different from what it is today.
The whole business has changed so much. But what you said, and I thought was interesting, is that Playboy, because anybody would look at it and go, oh, that's a launching pad for her. That must have been so much better for her. But you said it in ways that actually hurt your career.
Oh, I was up for a big hosting job for ABC and I did not get it because of my Playboy pass. I think ABC's owned by Disney or.
Yeah, exactly.
But not just that, but even I would go to auditions and this was like the beginning of early 2000s. I would walk in and there would be all these like men just sitting there, no women. And it was like, okay, get in your swimsuit, sit there, dance with no music. I mean, and there was girls out the door. Like, I mean.
Wait, that was an audition?
Oh, yeah. It was I can't even remember for what it was.
You would have to do that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was
I don't think that would even be allowed today.
Oh, it would never.
Never.
But people would think too that, okay, well, she did Playboy. So they would type you, is that the word?
Yeah,
they
typecast you.
Yeah. And it was so unfair because it doesn't define me. I'm not just going to sit here and be like, oh, hey, look at me, because I did a 3-day photo shoot for Playboy. And it was hard to get jobs. It was hard to be taken seriously sometimes.
Like a double-edged sword.
I mean, I got fired one time from a job for my physique not right, because I was basically calling me a little overweight. Yeah.
You?
Well, back, and you know what's really sick about that? I was like 110 pounds. Like, it wasn't even, but there was
terrible.
they would never do that.
Oh, it'll screw you up forever. Like, we don't need to get into this because Steve's like, nope, he's shaking his head. Don't go into your old stories where you were chubby.
No, but it's true though. Like, nowadays, I think you can't even audition for what's your social media following, what's this, and everything's accepted. Yeah, and it's so, okay, I cannot even. I mean, the Carl's Jr. commercials. Let me just touch on that real fast. Remember those ones?
How do I
would
Paris
be in there.
On the? Are you talking about Paris on?
She ruined it for us. We're sitting there, and I'm like, okay, this is a great national commercial. Okay, I go and audition. It's like, okay, fake an orgasm, because you're literally having to eat a burger.
The Carl's commercial?
No, because I guess I don't know how to fake an orgasm well enough. But I'm dead serious. It was the stuff I kept thinking about. I'm like, I can't believe some of the auditions I went out for, because it was so normal back then. Yeah. And it wasn't, though. I'd never leave feeling like, I always knew something was off.
Here's my question to you, okay? As a mother of 2 now, 40 years old, because we're going to really hammer that one home.
Let's do it.
She's 40. She looks amazing.
Let's just do it.
Okay. If your daughter said, hey, I want to do like Playboy or OnlyFans or something of the sort, how do you respond to that?
Listen, by her age, Playboy will be like in history books probably. But the OnlyFans, I have to tell you, I read this article the other day because Denise Richards jumped on her daughter who was 18, and Charlie Sheen was so upset that she started this OnlyFans account. And Denise Richards was like, fine, I'm going to do it just to prove it's okay. Do you know, I read an article, she's making $2 million
a month. I know, we just heard that.
Actual?
But do we know if that's totally true?
I don't know.
For that, I
read it, so it's true.
Not that OnlyFans has come calling, or anyone for that matter, but I'm like, I'll take my clothes off for $2 million.
Isn't that nuts, though?
So answering the question, though, would you be okay with it?
I would try to navigate her onto another path. I really would.
Interesting.
I would not, and I am someone that did, but I think that you have to be so strong. I mean, I'm clearly not insane. All the stuff that I feel like I had to endure back then, it was, I mean, I could tell you stories from like, do you remember Girls Gone Wild? Yeah. Like Joe Francis, all that. I mean,
this was our era. We came up in this.
Oh, yeah, we did. But there was just so much stuff that I would never want to see. And it's not that, I'm this strong person. No, I broke for sure. But it was, luckily I met such a great guy, and I was, had him. But I would not really wish a lot of the stuff that I felt like that I went through, or the way I was spoke to, or the way I felt leaving places, or what I was doing. I would never want that for my own daughter. So
were your parents okay with you doing it, and your family?
I think my dad still thinks that someone just cut out my head and pasted on some body in a centerfold. I think he's
never obviously seen it.
They don't talk about it.
Oh, okay. So it's just kind of buried. That's it.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense. A lot of families handle.
I'm like, fine, be in denial. That's fine. Like, yeah, sure. Some days I'd like to be in denial. But my mom's like, I wish I had your confidence in that sense. Like, I think women are just a little bit different, obviously.
Listen, you will take those pictures with you, and when you are 70,
oh, hell
30 years from now, you'll go, look at me.
Oh, I will. I'll put that on a shirt. I'll wear it to my kids.
Yes, you should. Screen print right there, baby.
I don't know what to call it. I don't know what, at that time, I can't add in 30 years. But yeah, no, I will definitely. And it's funny because even my 40th birthday, I made a joke because it was 80s Olympic theme. I wore this like vintage 80s.
I saw the purple unit leotard thing.
But you didn't see the Playboy bunny.
No, was there a Playboy bunny?
There was a Playboy bunny on it. And I just thought it was funny because it's like, hey, hang it up, Jessica. It was 20 years ago. But it was just kind of like, I'm paying is it homage? Is that the word?
Yes, homage.
Wow.
Jess Hall, you are lovely.
Oh, thank you.
You are entrepreneurial. You are a mom and a happy wife, and all the good things. And we so appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
2000s forever.
Yes.
Thank you. And I'll end with jumping in like the sports stat on a sports show. The shampoo is the drink of the summer.
Thank you.
Shampoo.
Wait. The shampoo?
Champagne and the high noon. The shampoo.
The shampoo.
Shampoo.
It's strawberry.
That's a
high
horrible
noon.
name.
Wait, strawberry high noon with champagne. You're going to try it, okay?
Dude, that sounds like a
you,
hangover.
Steve. Thank you so much, Steve. We needed that.
Thank you.
Shampoo.
This was awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
that's funny.
Steve,
That
thank
is
you for
funny.
coming on that.